I want to flip the script. A lot of times when you see a gift guide, it's people promoting things that they have no clue what they are. They've never used them, they don't know what they're about, and they're just giving you random ideas on what you should give somebody. So instead, these are 5 things, the 5th one being here because it doesn't fit in frame, 5 things that I was gifted that I truly appreciate having and use almost every single day. And maybe that can help you have a better idea on what to give, or maybe you can send this to somebody so they can give it to you. Starting off with the CWC G10. This was a gift, and not only is it a special watch because of the watch itself, but because of the moment it represents. I like to view my watch collection, even if I'm giving it to myself, like a gift for myself, or someone's giving it to me, to commemorate a moment in time. So if something happens, you get a watch to kind of timestamp that moment. And I think it really elevates the collection when you do that. Just the watch itself, I always loved it. It's a very classic style field watch. You can get a lot of watches that look like this. It doesn't have to be a CWC, but this one in particular, I like the heritage, the history, and just the overall design. I'm a sucker for fixed spring bars. It's not really that big of a difference. I think the only other, I think Doxa may have fixed spring bars. I could be totally wrong, but I know the Tudor FXD has a fixed spring bars, and it's just like a little add-on that I like. Quartz movement, there's a blue second hand. I think you can choose between red, blue, and just white. Probably the most, no, it actually is the most worn watch that I wear in my entire collection. You could put any other bands on here because it's the fixed lugs, it's kind of all you're gonna use. I'm moving more to smaller watches for sure. I like how they fit on my wrist. And it's just an awesome watch. I know it's a bit of an expensive watch, so kind of like a cheat to these 5 things that I was gifted. A thing that I gifted to myself, bought for myself, is the Casio World Timer. This is the 2nd most worn watch in my entire collection. These 2 are like, I could say it's a 2-watch collection, though there's other watches I really do appreciate. So that's just kind of like an alternative. That's like the only other alternative here, but absolutely love this. And like I said, there's so many field watches I love like this, but nothing that replaces the CWC. This one, I didn't even know I needed. This is just a regular planner. I mean, I never thought I needed one until I was gifted one. I never used a planner. I kind of just used it on my phone. And then I was gifted this particular one. It's nothing special. I ripped out some sensitive information, but you got one side just to write down notes, and then your kind of standard calendar planner thing. And I love it. It's not necessarily an EDC item. I don't carry it every day, but it's used every day. Like I said, I didn't know I needed it. And I think a lot of people, they just use the stuff that's on their phone or their laptop. And there is something truly special about writing stuff down and marking it off that you obviously can't get with technology. So I love this. Like I said, I didn't know I needed it, and now I can't live without it. The pen in here, if anyone's wondering, this is the F701. Awesome pen. I think I was also gifted this, maybe not. I mean, this is probably the best pen in the world. That's my take. Finally, getting into knives. This is the ESEE CR 2.5. What an awesome and interesting knife, I have to say. Another one of those things, kind of like the planner, I did not know I needed, and now I don't know how I never had this knife in my collection before. Mainly because I recently got into wood carving, and this thing is absolutely phenomenal at wood carving. It's a little bit of a weird looking knife. You got a very long handle, a little bit of like thicker handles, thicker blade too. And it looks odd, but it's super, super comfortable. I mean, it just melts in your hand, and then you have full control on that blade. And I remember for the longest time, I'm like, what am I gonna do with such a small knife? Yes, there's the EDC fixed blade. We've already talked about that. But I was really wondering, like, what am I gonna use this for? And I got into wood carving, and then someone gifted this to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is like literally one of the most used knives. Aside from like a pocket knife that's opening boxes, but I truly get enjoyment every time I hold this because it's just super comfortable, and then use it. It's just a joy to work with. A sheath is kind of, I'm not a huge fan of leather sheaths. They're nice to look at, but just you're kind of limited on carry options. That's about it. And everything here, I literally enjoy every single time I use it, and I'm glad I have it. The last, well actually no, the second to last thing, this is the last thing. You want to wait for that. It's definitely a curveball. But the 4th thing, this is the Victorinox SD Classic, and I was gifted this. Hold on, this is like I want to say 2012. I want to say that. We're just gonna say 2012. So that's what, 13 years, right? I don't know years anymore. 13 years. I've had this thing, and it's not a tool that I use all the time, but it's one of those things that you just throw on your keychain or a pack and you forget about. And then when you need it and you have it, you are so happy that you do. There's nothing really more to it. It's just I was gifted this like 13 years ago and I still have it and still appreciate it. And that's something I really like about gifts, especially on the receiving end, but also on the giving end. A lot of times you can just give them something that just sits on the shelf, you know, and it's nice that they have it, but it's just more stuff, right? It's just consuming more stuff. It just sits there, eventually probably gets sold. But when you give something that has meaning, or give something that can actually be used, and then the person uses it, again, like from my perspective, I literally love using all these tools. Are an essential item to my everyday life. Awesome to have things that actually have a purpose. And it's extra special when it's a gift, for sure. And so the last thing I have to say, this thing right here, and I'm gonna preface here, this is, out of everything, this is the thing that gives me the most joy. In terms of a product, this is the most fun item that I've ever had, ever. And I've converted 5 people into getting one of these for them and their family members because I love it. I think every single household should have this thing. It's a curveball for sure. Yep, say what you want, raise your eyebrows. This is my favorite, literally, item ever. And yes, you could use a fly swatter. You could have a fly trap and then just have a bunch of dead flies hanging everywhere. That's, first of all, no fun and disgusting. And second of all, it doesn't work as well. This thing is awesome. I've literally, I don't know how many flies I put down with this thing. And it keeps going. You just put table salt on top, you pump it, and then you fire at the fly. And the fact that I have so many people that cheer me on when I bring this thing out, try to get a fly mid-flight. I mean, it's fun, it's awesome. I use it whenever there's a fly, and sometimes I hope a fly comes into the house because then I get to pull this thing out. And it's so awesome. It's really, it's just such an awesome product. And yes, I'm big for things. I do like things. It's not a great habit. I like, you know, the whole consumerism. Yes, I'm trying to work on it. That's why I'm selling and giving away a lot of my knives. But there's just some things that are just so awesome. And it's just, I get joy from all the other things, like I said, but I just get pure happiness when I pull this out and I get to use it. It is the best product I've ever had, just ever. I'm not sponsored by Bug Assault, but boy, this product is awesome. And that's all I really had. That's kind of like the end of my rant for that. But that's the 5 products that I was gifted that I really enjoy having. Fun little take on a gift guide kind of thing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, if you have any video suggestions or comments, well, leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, stay safe out there.